All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Give me a touch on the top prop bets today for Flex Friday. We are actually getting a pretty solid board today for Flex Friday, probably the best one that I can remember in recent memory. So hopefully that means good things today. Let's go ahead and start with one of the NBA props that we are getting. That's a good prop bet. That's going to be Donte DiVincenzo for over his fantasy score. We're going to see that over the last 3 games, he's been able to get the over, and that has really directly correlated with how many minutes he's been getting. 48, 44, and 44. Now, the biggest thing with Donte DiVincenzo here is the fact that OG is going to be out tonight. Okay. And in games where OG has been out, Donte DiVincenzo has averaged 34.7 fantasy points per 36. Per 36 is the key word there. And so when we look at the minutes that he's projected to get, and this is 42, not the 44 or 48 that he's got in the past 3 games, only 42. And if he were to get those minutes, you can see he should be able to get to around 40 fantasy points. And so just in general, we are getting a very good edge. The projection data likes the over. This one aligns as a very good prop bet for us to be on today. This is one where if he has a cold night shooting and it doesn't hit, I'm kind of okay with stomaching that because on paper, it's just a really strong bet today. So I think that's a starting point for us. And that's really going to be it for the NBA. As it sits right now, obviously we could get more prop bets as the day progresses. Do want to point out that Jalen Brunson currently questionable as well. I think we're all expecting him to play. If he were to sit, that would only help the Donte DiVincenzo prop as well. Miles McBride could be someone that we're looking at as well. He's someone that typically gets a little bit more run with OG off the court as well this season. We jump into the MLB, and in the MLB, we are getting some okay prop bets as well, especially in terms of like data correlating. So when we look at it here, I forgot to mention, guys, I did a slight update here as well. So I added in team spread. So if you are worried, maybe you're looking at a pitching prop and you just want to focus in on pitchers and spots where their teams are going to win, you could do the slider like that. Maybe for like hitting fantasy score, if you're targeting some overs, you really just want to target those ones that are going to be high scoring game totals, you can do that. Use the slider that way. And worth calling out that I put the game odds in there as well. So it's got the total. So for Michael Conforto, 7.5 is going to be the total. And the over for that, and it's always going to be the over number, is about plus 26. So nothing too crazy there. And then the spread, they're favored to win by 1.5 runs, but that's at plus 141. So I will be coming out with an explanation video for this, but I just want to toss that out to you guys. So for this one, for Michael Conforto, though, we are seeing that the under fantasy score is a very solid prop bet today. 6.5 is the PrizePicks line. The projection data likes that at 5.5. The average sportsbook line would have it set at 5. That is a solid one to me. Another one that I really like, just given the other lines that are out there, is going to be this one here for Contreras, where we're seeing at PrizePicks 6.5 is too low. Underdog has it set at 7.7. Projection data has it set at 9.1. And average sportsbook line has it set at 8.1. You know how yesterday I was saying we're just not getting that many great prop bets. The only good solid prop bet that we got yesterday, Christian Walker, ended up hitting. The other ones did not. It was a rough day yesterday. And that's where I mean, like, today's board is already much better, especially in comparison to yesterday, where we're getting 3 prop bets that really seem solid. And if that's where you want to cut it off, guys, you got your 3 solid prop bets. That's honestly a fine Flex Friday slip. Those 3 prop bets should be solid. Maybe 2 out of 3 hit. You're still going to profit. If you want to use that, by all means, you could. I'm going to show you guys a couple of other ones that I like for pitching props. They don't exactly correlate, but they're going to be some decent prop bets as well. So let's jump into that. I just want to look at the pitchers here. And I mean, we can tell it's the higher number. So Clark Schmidt here for over his fantasy score. The one concern that I have with him here is that the data slightly doesn't like the over, at 30.5 on PrizePicks. The projection data has it set roughly at 30. The average sportsbook line, though, does like the over 32.5. So that's a good one there. Again, he's favored to win, so we like to see that there as well. Kind of a low game total. So, it kind of checks the boxes of what we would want to see. Then another one that we are getting is going to be Tyler Glass now for over his fantasy score, 34.5. Projection data only has it set at 34. I mean, not a big difference there. Heavily favored to get the over, though, at 34.5 per the sportsbooks. Again, favored to win. And also, that's a good sign as well. That's a minus number there, low game total. So those are 2 that I'm also going to be adding in there as well. So to me, we got some good MLB prop bets. One other one that I want to call to is going to be a PGA prop bet. Not exactly one I feel like we need to go in on. Now, we are getting some ones that the data likes. Xander for under 4.5 birdies or better. Rory under 4.5 birdies or better. They both had very good rounds in round 1. That could happen where they don't have a good round in round 2. I don't really want to bet on that. I don't really want to bet on these over birdies or better as well. I don't know. This is a tougher track to me. I'm not really seeing that many edges there. the biggest edge that we see in golf week in and week out, day in and day out, is going to be these middling opportunities. And this one on paper does seem like a good middle. Yesterday, Keegan Bradley had 8 fairways hit, which is exactly the middle that we need. And so it makes sense why underdogs at 7.5. I would argue the over bet is a little bit better today for Keegan Bradley, 7.5 over fairways hit. But at the same time, we have a good middling opportunity. It's going to be difficult for him to get to 9 fairways hit as well. You know, more likely than not, he's going to be at 8. So another decent one there as well. And then with that, guys, I think we have a good 6 slip bet. But again, if you guys want to run a 3 slip bet, that makes sense. I'll show you guys both of those. But real quickly, I do just want to call out Underdog has risen the deposit match. I think it's up to $250 now. So if you guys have never signed up for Underdog and you guys want to, use the promo code 9to5. Verify that first. I don't know if that's active just yet, but I know that's going to be something that's on the horizon. Best ball draft season is here. I've been coming out with a bunch of best ball NFL videos. Check those out. Probably will be coming out with one today or tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for that. But now let's go ahead and get into the Flex Friday prize pick slip. All right, so looking at just to recap here, Dante DiVincenzo for over 33.5 for his fantasy score. The sportsbook odds really like the over there. And then just looking at it from a per 36 perspective with OG off the court, he should be able to get the over there. He averages 34 fantasy, well, almost 35 fantasy points per 36 with him off the court. Tack on the fact that he's probably going to get around 8 more minutes. He should be able to get that over. And then we had these other 2 good MLB prop bets here on paper. Projection data doesn't like their lines, and then the average sportsbook doesn't like their lines. So should be able to bet the over for Contreras, should be able to bet the under for Conforto. So pretty good there. And then we are getting 2 decent pitching props. The only concern here is that the projection data does not correlate with the over fantasy score by a small amount, so not a big difference. Could be the difference between like a 1 out or a pitching strikeout. And then Keegan Bradley, I more like that as a middling opportunity. So if there's a good prop bet that you guys want to run out for Underdog to bet his over 7.5 fairways hit, you could go ahead and do that. But again, today, and I'm not telling you guys to bet more or less or anything like that. Yesterday I said we're not betting. 2 days ago, I said we're not betting that much. A little bit unfortunate 2 days ago. Yesterday was a good thing that we weren't betting that much. Today seems like a good day on paper. Like, honestly, this seems like the best Flex Friday that we've had in some time. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Baseball has been very much hit or miss, especially for the hitting fantasy score prop bets as well. So we'll see. But that's going to be all for today's video. If you guys want access to the tools that you saw in this video, head on over to 9to5sports.com. As you guys can see, I'm always updating tools. I think I make like about 2 updates per week on average here, just to try to get you guys better information without raising the membership price of $10 a month. So check that out. Good luck today. And as always, let's keep cashing.